Søren Kierkegaard was a Danish philosopher and theologian who is known for his unique perspectives on various aspects of human existence. One of his key concepts is that of the crowd as untruth. He says, there is a view of life which holds that where the crowd is, the truth is also, that it is a need in truth itself, that it must have the crowd on its side. There is another view of life which holds that wherever the crowd is, there is untruth, so that for a moment to carry the matter out to its farthest conclusion, even if every individual possessed the truth in private, yet if they came together into a crowd, so that the crowd received any decisive, voting, noisy, audible importance, untruth would at once be let in. According to Kierkegaard, the crowd is a source of deception and untruth. He believed that the crowd stifles individuality, critical thinking, and personal responsibility. Kierkegaard argued that the crowd is driven by a desire for conformity, comfort, and security, and that it often leads individuals away from their true selves. Kierkegaard saw the crowd as a source of untruth because it creates an illusion of unanimity, making it difficult for individuals to express their true opinions and beliefs. He believed that the crowd creates a false sense of security as well, where individuals are not forced to confront the uncertainties and complexities of existence. Kierkegaard also believed that the crowd can lead individuals away from their true selves by creating a false sense of identity. The crowd often encourages individuals to identify with a group rather than with their own individuality. This identification with a group can lead individuals to adopt beliefs and opinions that are not their own and to suppress their own individuality in favor of the group's beliefs. Kierkegaard begins with the premise that the truth is subjective, meaning that every individual is supposed to make his or her own choices in following or rejecting the truth, taking responsibility in his or her freedom. It is important here to note that Kierkegaard was a Christian. Throughout his work generally and this letter also specifically, his reading of scripture emphasizes the personal soul and its relationship with God. His opposition to the system thought of Hegelians took the form of a dramatic interpretation of the story thought of phenomena in the Bible. He believed that what was important was an individual's relationship with God and with truths of moral and meaningful consequence. Kierkegaard is offering an analytical assertion that it is not coincidence that crowds produce falsehood, but rather the case that even if every individual possessed the truth in private, if they came together into a crowd, untruth would at once be let in. That is, a crowd turns truth into untruth by its very nature. And for this, he offers two reasons. The more important one has to do with epistemology. Unless a crowd has amassed around the most general beliefs with little information or little specific intention, you can say, it must be the case that in the averaging of conceptions which permits individuals to join the crowd, there is enormous information loss. Each individual may have in her mind or his mind a valid idea with meaningful complexity, engaged with the manifold and often indeterminate facts of reality, but the crowd cannot. Variances among members will either be averaged out into a more or less untrue general idea, or there will be no crowd. Because a crowd is not the mere physical coincidence of individuals, it is their agreement, their unanimity of thought. The other category is social or psychological even. Crowds reduce the stake any individual has in the accuracy of beliefs or the appropriateness of outcomes, just as they reduce the authority any individual has to influence them. They not only permit but indeed mandate a kind of deference to the averaged beliefs which unite them. It is costly and ineffectual to seek to change what crowds think. As soon as one does so, one is not part of the crowd and can incur its wrath. Crowds make individuals cowards in order to generate their power. A crowd has power precisely because its individuals have ceded their power to vary, contest, rebut, iterate their knowledge. He says, for to win a crowd is not so great a trick. One only needs some talent, a certain dose of untruth, and a little acquaintance with the human passions. But no witness for the truth dares have dealings with the crowd. The witness for the truth, who naturally will have nothing to do with politics and to the utmost of his ability is careful not to be confused with the politician, is to have dealings with all, if possible, but always individually, to talk with each privately, on the streets and lanes, to split up the crowd, or to talk to it, not to form a crowd, but so that one or another individual might go home from the assembly and become a single individual. A crowd, on the other hand, when it is treated as the court of last resort in relation to the truth, its judgment as the judgment is detested by the witness to the truth, more than a virtuous young woman detests the dance hall. And they who address the crowd as the court of last resort, he considers to be instruments of untruth. We warn young people against going to dens of iniquity, even if even out of curiosity, because no one knows what might happen. Still more terrible, however, is the danger of going along with the crowd. In truth, there is no place, not even one most disgustingly dedicated to lust and vice, where a human being is more easily corrupted than in the crowd. Kierkegaard says that to win a crowd is no art. For that, only untruth is needed, nonsense, and a little knowledge of human passions. But no witness to the truth dares to get involved with the crowd. His concept of the crowd as untruth has important implications for contemporary society. It highlights the dangers of conformity, groupthink, and the suppression of individuality. It underscores the need for individuals to engage in critical thinking and to take personal responsibility for their own beliefs and actions. Moreover, the crowd as untruth highlights the importance of intellectual diversity and the need for individuals to engage in respectful dialogue with those who hold different opinions and beliefs. Kierkegaard's concept of the crowd as untruth underscores the importance of recognizing the limitations of our own perspectives and the need to engage in ongoing self reflection in order to resist the pull of the crowd and to remain true to ourselves.